An aircraft carrier or naval ship never truly rests. Engines hum constantly. Systems run without pause. Watches rotate through the night. In an environment built entirely around readiness, the idea of off time sounds almost contradictory. Yet for sailors, off time is not a luxury, it is a survival mechanism. When a sailor's shift ends, the first challenge is not relaxation, but transition. Moving from high alert duty, whether on the flight deck, in engineering spaces, or in combat information centers, into personal time requires mental recalibration. The body may be exhausted, but the mind often remains wired. Learning how to power down becomes a skill in itself. Space is limited. Privacy is rare. Berthing areas house dozens of sailors stacked in bunks only inches apart. Curtains become boundaries. Headphones become walls. Even a few minutes of solitude is valuable. Many sailors develop routines that signal to their minds that they are temporarily off duty, even though the ship continues around them. Some sailors read paperbacks passed hand to hand until covers fall off. Others write journals or letters, grounding themselves in routine and reflection. A surprising number sketch, draw, or keep notebooks filled with thoughts they never say aloud. These quiet rituals help reclaim individuality in a system that necessarily prioritizes uniformity. Sleep is sacred. With rotating watches, sailors learn to rest whenever the opportunity appears, even if it's midday or early evening. Earplugs, eye masks, and practiced indifference to noise become essential tools. Good sleep isn't guaranteed, but sailors protect it fiercely. Technology plays a limited but meaningful role. When connectivity allows, sailors scroll through saved photos, downloaded movies, or offline playlists. Content is often shared hard drives passed between friends, shows watched together in cramped spaces. Entertainment becomes communal by necessity. Off time is also when sailors check in on themselves. Physical soreness, mental fatigue, and emotional strain surface when adrenaline fades. Many learn to listen to their bodies in these moments, knowing tomorrow's demands won't be lighter. While solitude matters, off time at sea is often social by design. Shared hardship breeds connection, and sailors instinctively seek each other out when the pressure eases. Gyms are among the most popular off-duty spaces. Fitness is both personal and communal. Sailors lift, run, and train not just for health, but for stress relief. Workouts become informal gatherings where conversations flow more easily than they ever would on duty. Progress is tracked. Challenges are shared. Encouragement replaces hierarchy. Games are another anchor. Card games, board games, and video game tournaments fill hours that might otherwise blur together. Competition provides structure and release. Laughter echoes down passageways during moments that briefly feel normal. Movies and sports unite sailors across departments and ranks. A crowded lounge watching a game becomes neutral ground where titles matter less than shared reactions. Cheering, groaning, debating, these moments reintroduce humanity into a rigid system. Faith and reflection also play a role. Chaplain services, quiet prayer spaces, and informal discussion groups give sailors a place to process emotions they suppress during work hours. These spaces are not about doctrine alone. They are about grounding and meaning. Creative outlets thrive in unexpected ways. Musicians form impromptu bands. Writers collaborate. Artists trade sketches. Even in tight quarters, creativity finds oxygen. These expressions remind sailors that they are more than their rate or rank. Food becomes social currency. Late-night snacks, shared treats from care packages, or special meals bring people together. A single familiar flavor can spark memories of home and open conversations that might otherwise never happen. Over time, these shared off-duty experiences build trust. Sailors learn who they can rely on, not just professionally but personally. This trust carries back into operations, strengthening teamwork under pressure. Perhaps the most important function of off time is preserving a sailor's sense of self. Months at sea blur days together. Without intentional grounding, identity can erode into routine. Off time becomes the space where sailors remember who they were before the uniform and who they want to be after. Communication with home is limited but powerful. Emails, recorded messages, and delayed calls carry immense emotional weight. Sailors often reread messages multiple times, stretching brief connections into comfort. These moments reconnect them to life beyond steel walls and open water. Many sailors use off time to plan for the future. Studying, taking online courses, setting goals, these acts assert control over a life temporarily defined by orders and schedules. Progress, even small, creates hope. Mental health awareness has grown significantly. Sailors talk more openly about stress, burnout, and emotional strain. Peer support, counseling resources, and leadership encouragement make off time safer for vulnerability. Recovery is no longer seen as weakness, but as readiness. Humor plays a vital role. Jokes, stories, and shared absurdities lighten the emotional load. Laughter doesn't erase hardship, but it makes it survivable. As deployments stretch on, routines stabilize sailors. The same workout time, the same show night, the same quiet corner for reading. These rituals become anchors in an environment defined by uncertainty. Eventually, sailors learn that off time is not something granted, it's something actively protected. They advocate for it, respect it in others, and understand its value. Without it, performance falters. With it, resilience grows.